Hey Dave, whose saw is this?
Don, this is my brother's stihl 023.
That's an older one, eh?
It's old. It's probably 20 years old now. It's been really reliable for him.
Okay.
He hasn't done much to it in terms of repairs and maintenance. He called me up because he went to the local dealer. Mm-hmm. He wanted a chain sharpen here. He wanted a new spark plug and a new air filter, and he walked out of there with a quote for $300.
Wow. Did he? So he didn't do it.
No, because he called me up and said, come check this out. I think I'm being screwed over here or ripped off.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I'm not, being taken advantage of.
You want a second opinion.
So I've noticed a few things here, but I wanted to show you this saw just to get your professional opinion on it to see, if
they were remotely close or ripping him off.
Right.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
All right, Dave, I'm going to do a quick check here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
The very first thing I see, the chain is super loose.
Yep. I saw that.
I would say the chain has about 30% life left in it, so it's good. It's good for another sharpen.
One more sharpen? Yeah. How many do you usually get out of a chain?
It all depends on the user.
Okay.
Okay, so I have people, they'll buy a new chain, and then when they bring it here, they've hit nails, they've hit all kinds of things, so I have to
take it back even
way more off
the
teeth than I normally do, so that kind of makes your chain get used quickly.
Got it.
The very first thing I see here is a bar that needs to be replaced.
Okay, so how do you know that?
The reason I know that is the groove here should be 50 gauge on these stihl chainsaws.
Okay.
This groove is probably, I would say 50% wider than it should be.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so what happens is your chain will do a lot of this.
Okay.
And it's hard to cut straight. And sometimes it's hard to cut.
Okay.
Because the chain is doing that all the time.
And
there's more risk of the chain coming off.
Okay, safety part to that.
So any professional shop that does things right would not let a saw like this leave their shop. Okay. Kind of like a tire shop wouldn't let you leave their shop with tires that are all cracked.
Right.
Okay, it's just the right thing to do.
Okay, and how so he's probably had it, as I said, 20 years.
23, Dave.
Right.
Now all the new saws, there's no zeros like the saw on the table here.
Right.
It's a 391.
Right. There's no zeros.
As soon as you see a zero, it's older.
Got it. So that might be the first or even the second bar, and it's quite possible that it's worn out in that time period.
Exactly. So this bar from the stihl dealer in Canada here, you're pushing $70.
Okay. So that
right off the bat.
That starts to add up for the quote he got.
The quote. Then the sprocket's not too bad on there, but it's got some wear. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It may have been changed in the past, so the sprocket would be okay.
Okay.
Let's take the air filter cover off. So this is the old style with the foam.
Okay.
Okay, and I see
how does that look to you?
They left the nuts here loose. Yeah, I would replace that. So that's probably just the foam one is probably, $5-10 here at the dealer.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is take the carb nuts off because they're loose anyway. Okay, so the fuel line's disconnected. Look at the cracks.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Those are all cracks, yeah.
Yeah, so...
That line's toast.
Yeah, the breather line here.
Where's that?
It's pretty... it's still holding off. This was the old styled vent.
For the tank?
Yeah, so that's probably okay. When you're looking at an old saw like this, if you don't want your customer to come back in a few weeks, you should replace the carb kit.
Okay.
If the fuel line's all cracked, chances are your carb kit's going to need to be done.
Okay.
At the dealer here, they sell that carb kit for $25.
Okay.
So we're already at $100 here with the carb kit and the bar.
Right.
$100.
Add the filter.
Add the filter. The filters at the stihl dealer are expensive here. They're $8.95.
Right.
Plus your fuel line. So, $20-25. We're at $125.
Okay.
Spark plug $5. We're at $130. It's possible that it might need crank seals. It's possible. Some dealerships will quote you all those things because they don't want you back in a month complaining.
Right.
Because sometimes they end up having to do the repair for free. So I don't blame them. They would rather fix it right than take shortcuts.
Okay. Do you think they probably quoted him with a new chain as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I would imagine. So,
yeah, because I think he walked in and he said, like, I want this thing to run like new again.
Yeah.
Right? He's had it for so long.
If we throw another chain on here, which is about $30,
yeah,
we're at what, 100 and like we're pushing 160, I think, at this point. Okay, and that's hoping that if they do all these repairs, that it'll be okay. Then we have labor on top of that.
Right.
The still dealer here is $110 an hour. Okay, so they're gonna charge you a solid hour.
So carb kit, fuel line, new bar and chain, and a tune-up, or sorry, like a carb tune once they do the kit.
Yes.
That's easy an hour. That's easily an hour.
They could charge you a bit more than an hour. So let's say they're gonna charge you $130.
Okay.
Okay. And what did I say? We were close to 150 to 160 with the parts.
Yeah.
160 plus 130 is 290.
Right. Plus your tax?
Tax is 13% here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So pretty easily you get up to that $300 mark.
So the point I'm making here is these are just things that right off the bat, a good mechanic's going to see that right away. But an estimate is an estimate. So you could do all this, the fuel line, spark plug, everything, card kit. And you might use it for a while because, it's probably been sitting. It's older. It's at least 20 years old, this thing. Maybe more. After you use it for a while, the crank seals might let go because they're made of rubber.
Right.
And this saw here is not like working on a pro saw.
Okay.
It's a block inside the casing.
Oh, okay.
Labor intensive.
So that quote that you just said there, that 290 plus tax, that doesn't even include the crank seals.
Oh, no.
What's the labor for that, do you think, on?
I would say to do that, a shop would charge you between an hour and 2 hours for somebody that's quick and is going to do a good job. Clean it up.
Right.
Not put it back together with all the dirt.
Right.
Clean the old silicone off and all that. So you know what, Dave? They were pretty close.
They're pretty close.
Pretty close to what I would quote.
Right. And if it does need crank seals, they're way under.
That's why what I would tell somebody at this point is save your money, put that $300 or more on a new one.
Okay.
You're still way ahead of the game.
Right.
To save your $300.
Right.
Put it toward a new saw that has warranty.
Right.
It's brand new.
New technology.
New technology. You're going to have a new bar and chain. Everything's new, good to go. And oftentimes the dealer is going to throw you an extra chain in the deal.
And how much better is that 291 going to cut versus the old 023 here?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a big leap.
Okay.
Huge leap.
Come a long way.
Yeah, so like I wasn't even comparing apples to apples here by saying that, save your 300, go buy the 291.
Right.
It's a big leap.
Right.
So if you were to go buy we'll say the 250, MS250 for $459.
Yeah.
You're almost there.
Right.
With this thing.
Right. And someone probably, because he did keep it in pretty good shape. Like, I mean, cosmetically it's nice. Someone's willing to buy that for parts, I'm sure.
Oh, it's a good parts saw.
What do you think he could get for parts on that? $100 maybe?
Yeah. He could.
So
it's not unreasonable.
Save the $300 he's about to spend on that. Take the 100, maybe even if he's lucky, $150. $450, you're almost at the price of that new saw.
Yeah. On the other hand, Dave, if he was able to do it himself,
right,
it's probably worth it.
Yes.
Okay.
Got it.
So I hope that answered the question.
Absolutely. I know what kind of advice to give him now.
Because not all small engine shops are dishonest, okay? Some
Right.
are very honest.
Right.
And just always assume the best of the shop you go to and get a second opinion.
Right.
And it's not unreasonable for a shop to charge you a fee to look at it and give you an estimate.
Well, your time is worth money, right?
Yeah, the shop's time is worth money. And it's not a bad idea to get a second opinion if you're not sure about the shop where you took your stuff to.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, he'll see this video now, and I think him and I'll have a quick conversation about what his best options are. Maybe I'll sell him one of my 260s. What do you think?
Sure. One thing before I end off here is that the cost can spiral out of control super quick.
Okay.
If you take your saw like this to a shop, just say, hey, call me before you do any repairs.
Versus just saying, fix it, do whatever it takes.
Exactly. Always say that. Okay. And always remember that an estimate is an estimate. It's not a contract.
Got it. Cool.
So there could be more things down the road as the mechanic does the repairs that will pop up.
Makes sense to me. Okay.
All right.
Thanks very much for your time.
Okay, guys. Thanks for watching.